Welcome to the Functional Spirituality Retreat. So, this is pretty exciting. This is a huge step for you. I'm sure you know that yoga and meditation can offer a huge transformation in your life. And that is what I've seen myself in my own life and in the life of so many others. A greater sense of being grounded, a connection to something deeper, more experiences of clarity, and also the confidence to ride the waves, to accept that life isn't always going to deliver you pleasure and that we don't need to avoid pain, and to give us the tools to face that aspects of our lives. So, yes, I'm sure you feel it that this is a transformative step, a leap that you've taken. And the point of this video is just to orient you a little bit to this space before we have our first call. So if you haven't already, you'll fill out your questionnaire and then book in a call with me, and we'll have a little bit of one-to-one time just to unpack things and to see where you're going to start. Because people join this program for a variety of different reasons. Predominantly, people join because they're interested in studying and training with us. They're interested in discipline and accountability, someone to hold them to their goals, and also community and support. So study, there's something about this program that resonates with you. We never have people just sign up for this program without having experienced a silent retreat or teachings with me or gotten a recommendation. And most of you know that you're here because you cannot find what we are sharing anywhere else. With the 3-part spiritual method and the way we approach meditation and the kind of authentic heart-based community that is usually facilitated in these spaces, the way that we teach yoga and meditation isn't reproduced anywhere else. It's our particular way, our functional spirituality way. So you are going to be receiving that in the form of live trainings, group calls, and a whole core modules workbook, as well as a library of so many trainings for you to dip into as you feel called, but also as myself or your mentors might recommend particular videos and trainings for you that might stand out. Discipline and accountability, you have someone there, your mentor, that can check in with you every week, and you can let them know what it is that you're aiming for this week. What are you going to try to do a yoga class this week? Are you going to be locking in meditation this week? You're going to join us for a training this week? What are you intending to accomplish this week? And someone is there listening, always there for you if you want to touch in or check in about where your practice is going and where you might feel some obstacles are. You've got someone to check in with that sense of accountability. And we provide schedule trainings and time management trainings as well to help with the discipline aspect, because one of the greatest contributors to discipline is actually feeling inspired. So if you feel inspired, you don't have to push with sheer willpower and discipline to integrate the practices that you'd like to in your life. If you are drawn to them, it very much helps. And of course, the community is here as well. So you're not here to feel overwhelmed by your own sense of expectations of how you need to complete the program. There is so much on offer. We have, every time we do a training, we record it and save it in a library for you. So if you're a person that tends to feel like you're getting behind or you're not doing enough, this is not the space for you to be exercising and maintaining those qualities, but actually seeing them, listening to the support of the people around you that say it's okay to do less, and to kind of relax into the container, because you've already stretched yourself by signing up. You have already kind of set up that structure. You've leaned into this container and these walls that we're creating. We're going to be practicing yoga, meditation in the functional spirituality way. So you don't need to place extra expectations on yourself now, and you definitely need to give yourself time to arrive into the program. And I say this on Silent Retreat as well. It takes days. It might take up to day 3, day 4. Sometimes it takes up to day 6 to land in the retreat. And that's the same with this container. Some people, rarely, they just feel really comfortable. It's set up the way that they like to work right off the bat, and they're just flowing inside it. Also, the circumstances of their life have lined up for that to be allowed as well, but that's very rarely the case. So you're going to need to find your own priorities each week. So every week your mentor will support you by checking in. There's a Facebook group, so that's a place that we tend to hang out anyways. So you can scroll through the Facebook group, and we often get feedback that people feel really anxious and really worried that they're not replying to all of the posts that people put up, because community members might post something in the group, I might post something, there might be some questions. None of it is compulsory. It's actually more about almost a more yin and feminine approach. You've already set up this structure, you've done the yang. Now you can actually just stop and pause and start to feel into yourself. How do I want to flow with the structure that's being presented to me? So you're already on Facebook, you can look through what's being posted. You do not need to feel a sense of guilt. And I know a lot of people feel a relief with that. You can actually go into the Facebook group and purely consume. You don't need to go in there and give and act and show up. You will show up. You'll be supported to show up. You'll be inspired to show up. I don't want you to push yourself to show up. If maybe you just need to go back and listen to that again. You will show up. You will. Trust yourself. You will be inspired to. Now you're actually being given this space to stop needing and pushing and having to show up in a certain way. So give yourself, that's why we've got 6 or 12 months together. There's always an ebb and a flow. People go from the extremes of like really binging on some of the content that we have, being in all the calls, trying yoga every single day, and then going to the other extreme as well. So give yourself the time to just to step in slowly. And also, everything is available. If at any time you feel an inspiration and a momentum, it's all there for you to kind of dive in. So every Sunday, a schedule will go up, and that's your time to get serious about looking what's available during the week. So many live stream classes, live stream meditation, live trainings, group calls. Have a look at the schedule and pencil some things in. As your day and week flow, you'll be able to respond and see which you can actually commit to. Maybe there's something that you want to lock in and you want to practice discipline with. That's the time that you message your mentor and say, hey, look, this week I'm doing meditation 5 minutes per day every single day, and I'm going to join the 40-minute on a Saturday. This week I'm going to jump into meditation. And then they can hold you accountable to that. You're not going to have a week that you feel inspired to be like that every week. But you need to understand that this container is more integrated. It's at home. On a retreat, I can put heaps of constraints on you, and we show up for every single session, every single day. This is a different type of space. It's a way more yin space. It's a more embodied space. So it's not another space to go in and to start to fight your body and your instincts and your needs, but to see if you can actually listen to what your body needs. And that sounds terrifying. How can I allow? How can I rest? How can I just listen to what my body needs? Maybe I won't do anything for 3 months. So be it. But this will be the 3 months that you really don't do anything, and you're listening, you're checking in each time, and your body says no. And that's why we have a 6-month container and a 12-month container. That might sound crazy to you, and most people don't spend 3 months not engaging in anything. But the space is there for you to lean into. The community's always there. I'm always there. You can ask a question, join a training, join a meditation, and ask what you should do next at any time. and we're there for you. So I look forward to seeing you in our first call, and we'll dive into this a little bit more with our one-to-one and our plan for the first month.